Welcome back. It's art time class. Today we're going to be making an accordion fold cutout. Let's get started. For this activity, you're going to need at least one sheet of paper and some scissors. Here I have an 8.5 by 11 sheet of plain copy paper, but you can use different types of paper if you want. Go ahead and fold your paper and cut out strips. We've practiced folding before. You can fold your paper in half by putting one hand on top and one hand underneath. Go ahead and sandwich that by flipping your hand over. You can line up the corners and then pull your hand out if you want it in halves. If you want your paper in thirds, you're going to not just line up your corner here, you're also going to bring it back. And you're thinking to yourself, somewhere in the middle here. So you're going to bring it back a little bit more. So that's not quite in the middle. That's somewhere, that's kind of close to the middle here. So let's line that up and pull this down. Now I'm going to open this up and take this edge and put it on the fold right there. When I do that, these two are going to be the same, and then this one might be a little bigger or a little smaller, or if I'm awesome and perfect, it would be the same as these two. But it doesn't matter if they're the same or not, as long as you're trying. Okay, so here I have my strips. You could also do your paper in half if you want wider. When we're cutting, we're going to have our scissors in front of us. You want them like kind of right in front of you, facing towards the paper and never towards yourself. You never want your scissors facing like to the side up here or like down this way or to yourself. No. You want it facing away towards the paper, okay? And you'll notice when I open and close my scissors are not going up, it's the paper's coming down. So my hand might move. And here I am, I'm trying to cut on the fold. Now that's not perfect, is it? Oh, not at all. That's okay. It does not need to be perfect. Let's go ahead and cut on this fold here. Again, my hand's going to come and bring that paper towards me, and my scissors are going to stay in that same spot. Yay. All right, so here I have some strips of paper. If you want to make a nice long strip, do that after you've tried one strip, a shorter strip. Try an easy shape first. Shorter, easier. The longer your paper gets, the more complicated your shape gets, the harder this is going to be. So let's start with something short and simple, like the heart. Okay, we're going to need to do an accordion fold. That's a fold where you're folding up, and then you're going to change directions and fold down. And there's several ways to do this fold. Okay, that's one way. I like to fold up and then flip my paper over and fold up, and then flip my paper over and fold up. So I'm folding up each time. I like doing it that way. Some people like to fold up and then fold under. Some people even use like the edge of their table. They'll like line it up with the edge and then fold it. It's really up to you. There is another way of folding, accordion fold. Let me show you that. And this might be great for students like kindergarten or first grade. At home, parents, if your student's having troubles folding this accordion fold, because it can be a little hard to get at first, you can talk to them about holding their paper and lining up their fingertips where they want the fold to be, and then taking their other hand and chomping it down to make a fold. It's a little fun. So we take our fingers and line it up on there, that fold there, and then we chomp. It's funner for students. Sometimes I can get like two boys who are really struggling to get them to have fun and to be creative. I can get them to like, okay, who can chomp the fastest and have the neatest paper when they're done. But as you can see, like this is not lined up very nicely. I have a hard time. Look at that. It's just not good at all. I like to use my table to line them up. It's really up to the student what works best for them. So if you wanted to do it off the table in the air like this, make it more of a game, you can totally do that. For me, it doesn't work because it's very messy for me. And I can get a much nicer, neater one using the table. That's up to you. All right, let's go ahead and put that to the side. And to do our heart shape, we need to come up with a simple heart shape. Okay. To do that, the bottom part's pretty simple. The triangle point. That's pretty simple, right? The top part is like the letter M. Or if I was to do it upside down, it would be like the letter W. And then I'm going to cut this out. Let's go ahead and start with the triangle easier part. And when we're cutting, older students, you are going to be in control of your papers as you're cutting. And one of your goals or tips for this is to put your fingers behind the paper as you're cutting, like this. And see, my fingers kind of caught the paper, so it's all right here. Versus no fingers behind, papers kind of got away from us a little bit. And if you're going really fast, your papers will definitely like, will go out of your area, and you want to keep it in your area. Not just that, but you want to be practicing having your hand behind it to really catch those so you can have a nice, neat pile. Keeping your art area nice and neat is definitely one of your responsibilities as an artist. When you're creating, and wherever you are, it is going to be your responsibility to keep your area neat, and that is one way to help keep it neat when you're cutting. So here I have a heart shape, and right up here at the top I can already tell it's kind of weird looking at the top, like that's going to want to come in more. But let's go ahead and check out what it looks like. Da-da-da-da. Ah, yay! All right, all right, I want to bring this down more, like that. I guess have it not be as tall of a heart. And once I get this curve part, that's like the hard part. Once I get that the way I like it, I could always bring this part and just cut that up. Let's go ahead and around this edge. So our design has something very important in it. It has a way where the folds are connected. So let's look at that. So right here on the folded edge, my shape is connected. So when I open it up, it's going to hold together there. Again, I want that to be coming down a little bit more. I'm going to freehand it a little. Let's see. If I come down like that, I'm going to bring this down. Ooh. Oh yeah, it's like the heart's like, I like that. All right, so I like this now. Did you guys notice how I opened and closed? Nice pile here. Opened and closed my paper as I was working on it. So I wanted my heart to change a little bit. So I opened and closed it as I was working. And here I have a couple of them. And they're fun and they keep getting better. So now that I have that, if you want to try something more complicated, like this person, it's much more complicated. And to make that, you're going to have to draw one of these on your accordion fold. So when you're drawing this, think about the head. You got two lines for the arms, a neck coming up, and then the head at the top, okay? On the other side, the person, or the legs, that's like that triangle, pretty simple. Now I gave the bottom area, I left that because I wanted it to be like a shoe. And then I came up here. So there are the legs, and I want to connect those and make sure the arms are holding onto that folded edge. I'll connect that. And then I would cut this out to create this person. And if you wanted to do it in the wider paper, I actually really like it. Here's one that I have been working on. And I even started decorating some of the people. If you want to decorate yours, you can totally do that. Definitely send me a picture so I can see what amazing stuff you are creating. Till next time, class, keep being creative. You can make something totally abstract. This was supposed to be a star, but it did not end up looking like a star. When I fold it up, it's kind of supposed to be a star here. But it ended up looking totally different. I mean, this could make a really cool bracelet instead. So even if you make mistakes, just practice, play around with it, and see what you can create. Till next time, keep being creative.